Greetings. Okay, so it's Ritual Sunday, Super Bowl. So it's like it's a holiday for many individuals. So tap into the energies of it. Just making sure. I guess they're just making sure those that are programmed. If you want to be programmed, you can continue with the program. And those that don't want to be, well, they're going to have a boring day tomorrow. Yeah, it's like a cartoon day. It's for the adult children. And look, Priscilla's here. So, all right, so tap into some of those energies for those that don't want to grow up. Get a job. Those are the football players doing that. It's like they're just chasing a ball. Sounds like a great occupation. Of course, you just try not to get killed, try not to have your brain smashed. So that's kind of a big deal. Trying to break any bones, trying to make sure your brain's working afterwards. I think they keep that. I saw a movie about that, and I think there's still probably a controversy still going on about that. All right, so tap into that, and it's on Sunday too, obviously, because people are not working, but also it's like a religion, basically, right? It's a holiday. Let's put it that. It's like a holiday. It's kind of like sports. It's kind of like it is healing for some people, but there is a lot going on, obviously, with it. So it's funny. Also, San Francisco. That's what I was going to put in the title. It's like a dystopia over there. But then again, I'm doing the Big Brother thing, so it's kind of the same thing. It's like a zombie apocalypse, and then yet you have the 49ers, having their Super Bowl, where they're all living the life of, living the high life of the first world country, while San Francisco is a third world country. So that says a lot about that. So there's that. And Big Brother consciousness, that came up recently. I figured I would tap into something. So we are living in dystopian reality. It's an immigration situation. However you want to look at reality. So just tap into it. Basically, it's just that point of view. Obviously, there's others that are delusional and just need and have fun with that. I mean, imagine they're just you can die and go into the higher dimensions and live in delusional realities all forever. Eventually you have to come out of it. Maybe not. I imagine they'll come out of it eventually, but or maybe not. Or maybe not. So that's nice to know. Okay, all right, we'll see. Let me just go into here real quick. Priscilla's here. She doesn't know what she's doing. She don't know if she's coming or going. All right, so I'm going to come here for our sessions. Scheduler. Oh, yeah, the shop here. Oh, should make her move. Great. Just when she goes, now she's back. I'm trying to keep her away from the background, so it's like keeping a shark away from food. So okay, all right, we're going to the Super Bowl energies. It's definitely a ritual. I think it started a week ago. Oh, that's the other thing. I didn't make a public video about this. Actually, I kind of forgot about it. But the last 2 weeks, starting, I'll just say 2 weeks ago, starting Sunday, that was the 28th of January, a shift as for those that want to. This is always going to happen. Those who want to evolve and those that don't want to evolve. And I actually felt a difference Friday actually, which was interesting. So yeah, it's just you want to keep moving forward, healing the ego, and just doing your own self preservation, not worrying about the rest of the world. You will get somewhere. That's some kind of peace. Depends on your incarnation, of course. Yeah, you get where you need to go. She's back. She left and she's back. What are you doing? She's back. Anyway, okay, all right. But yeah, it just seemed it was very unusual recently. Man, she just distraction left and right. Chill. Okay, all right. We're going to see the ritual that's going on today. Yeah, and it's been going on for a while, and then Big Brother frequencies. So okay, right here, blessings. Greens. We have Sunday frequencies. We do come from astral. You say we're connected to your timeline, your soul consciousness. Basically, we're coming from a neutral point of view. To the rituals, well, it's a lot of humans are at their comfort zone, and you have your Super Bowl kind of like confirming that. Like, yes, their lives might not exactly be comfortable, but it is a time of bliss for quite a few. Of course, aggravation for those that have forced to watch the game with nothing to do with it because it's like a modern war. It's warfare done through entertainment. That's why you have injuries and all of that. So it is healing some of the hatred of the past for the football energies or sports in general, but in the U.S. And so those that actually have died in the Civil War that still have not cleared their frequency. Of course, it also goes back to a reptilian time period of Atlantis also, of actually humans being devoured by creatures such as reptilians and other monsters of that time period. So it's just, yeah, modern warfare has different connections. So you have like a war sport, which has been done during the Greek times, done throughout history, but definitely during the Greek time period. Of course, Romans, but it really started around the Greek time period. Obviously, showing the war is not over yet. So in the sports of just anyone tackling each other, attacking anyone, finally clears, that shows you're moving to a higher frequency. Of course, not everyone can handle that frequency, so you'll find some kind of challenge at some point or another. But does this world need a break from it? Not at this point. This world is contracted to go through what it needs to for the human condition. Of course, there are entities here to keep you locked down, and that's why many of you are here to unlock humanities. Like, they don't have to go through this anymore. Yes, of course, it's going to have challenges, but they don't have to have all this mind manipulation and so on. Of course, then you have your conspiracy theory individuals that are actually, keeping things going, and it has a lot of victim frequency going on. At least those that are propagandists. Not everyone that's a conspiracy theorist trying to stay there. Others are profiting off of it. And when they profit off of it, a lot of times they're not ready to let it go. So, but this really goes back to Atlantean times of basically humans being devoured by, mythical creatures. And humanity is lunch or dinner. And has not quite figured itself out yet, as you can see. That would be the movie of the week when humanity realizes where it comes from, what it's been through. Yes, you can't listen to history because there is, once again, a mythology side. And then you have all these different versions of Earth Tartaria, and even Atlantis itself, Lemuria, connected to you, and so on. And all those Shangri-La is another. Shangri-La is actually a healing point. It's connected to your Middle Earth, you can say. So the ritual energy just shows it is, yeah, higher elite beings that are suppressing humanity, as usual. It's not easy to break free, as you can see. There's nothing wrong with entertainment either, but there's entertainment of like you're not on the field getting beat up. So yeah, that's entertainment. But if you're on the field, yes, you might be paid a lot of money, but they don't know if they're going to walk away with brain damage or not. And some of them do. And sometimes it takes years for it to start appearing, but of course, then you get paid off not to say anything about it. So is entertainment watching others suffer? I mean, there's one thing about like a stunt man in a movie that's a little bit different because there's like adventure to it, but yeah, it's similar. But there's also a lot of safety precautions and all that there. Of course, there's always a risk of death, but there's a lot of safety. In the sports field, you don't have the same safety precautions. Not really. It's like you live or die, basically, technically. Well, once again, they get injuries. Not necessarily. Some of them do get mental injuries. Well, also they're carrying a lot of violence because it is a violent game, so they have to suppress that. Doesn't mean they're releasing it, because if you're going to release your violence, that's not the way to do it. It's better just to go on an actual more anger management somewhere else actually, and doing it that way. So of course, it's packaged up. It's almost like the football players themselves are, like packaged in a present, but that's like that. But that gift is mentally struggling, and like not just mentally, but just the whole interior of the person is just not well. I mean, me, I might have a high adrenaline. It's nice to be famous, but it's like, how do you feel anything inside? Is it just, are you just a puppet in the show? And yes, that is true. They are. And that's how, and some of the interesting, yes, some of the football players have been creatures in their past too, which makes sense why they're fighting. Doesn't mean they've been devouring people. They might have attacked ships out in seas and things like that. Some of them have been giants, little giants. Of course, you have a football team called the Giants, which is kind of letting you know that not all of them have been giants. Some of them are little giants, but there are some big ones. So just, but the ritual energy is basically the elite energy is packaging, your sports people to use them for entertainment purposes. No different than ancient Roman times, really. It's just more packaged in a way of, you don't have any lions going after these people. You don't have devouring anyone. You just have them beating each other up. So that's not so bad. Sort of. It's still pretty bad though. It's not. It's just packaged in a way where it's just showing less injury or no injury when actually there's a lot. So things have not changed really. You don't have animals devouring people. So, they just put them out there and just have them devour what they have in the Colosseum. You've moved away from that, but still the package, how it's packaged today is still not healthy. As some of you know. So it's up to humanity really to break free of all this. It hasn't quite. Basically, it's kind of like the news agencies. People just eventually wander off to other things and don't care about how the rituals are done. So of course you go from one manipulation to the other, but it can cool down, and that's what many of you are looking for. So that's why many of you are here, basically, not just for sports reasons, but just clearing out the ritual frequent mind control, letting humanity, putting it out there for humanity to decide on their own. Of course, that's all you can do is put it out there, but take it or leave it, and just keep going forward. Focus on yourself, not worry about detractors, those that don't believe what you're saying. It doesn't matter. Just keep your sanity as they attack you because they don't like what you said, they don't like what you're doing, and so on. So there's that. Blessings. Greece uses the Big Brother consciousness. One moment. there's always going to be some kind of authoritarian frequency. You said the Romans are one of the most popular through history. The most popular, Julius Caesar. To a certain level, there's more. There's been worse throughout history. But in your modern world, those that run your world are so paranoid. The higher elites are paranoid also. Well, they're just, on one side, they feel like they're fine, doing great, living on their yacht. But there's a deeper energy of like, this can all be gone in no time. Like all of our luxuries, all this could be literally the next day gone. A lot of them would not worry about it, but there is that frequency. But now, as for are they worried about humanity waking up to all? No, they don't care about that because humanity is not just it's just suppression here, but also just a lot of souls just not prepared for the higher understanding of the universe. Not to say all the elites are understanding that either. A lot of them don't have a clue, really. They just know that they know how to suppress society, know how to get what they want for themselves. That's about it. And know there are a lot of things out there that they don't understand. And that's okay too. But society itself, yes, the world, as you know, well, the idea for what many of you are here, obviously, is planetary, basically understanding your universe, at least tapping more into it. Now, you are to a certain extent, but you're doing it on a human level. The idea is to be aware more of, yes, the ghost realms, alien realms, dragons, and so on, everything. At least have some understanding there is some type of realism there somewhere. And if society was doing that on a global scale, more of that would be seen here. It's like, okay, you're not afraid of us when we show ourselves. You see a dragon in the sky, you see an alien, whatever it might be. Of course, you see aliens now, but not to the level that you could see them. As this humanity is not ready for that education yet. It's not that ready for that chapter. There are others that are probably going crazy because things aren't happening as fast as they'd like it to. Just because on other planets they've had it where they've tapped into alien realms and all of a sudden society agreed upon having that experience. But this world is not doing that. It's not asking for it. It's not accepting higher, well, we call higher knowledge or higher multi-dimensional knowledge. Maybe I'll look at it that way. Because then your Earth turns into a different direction. So you become more aware of your aliens and Middle Earth, and now you have a different Earth now. Different problems, but on a higher scale. But that's when humans become more fourth and fifth dimension, less physical. You still have some physicality, but just you're allowing the body speeds up, the soul speeds up. Of course, the soul is always going fast, but in the body is dirt slow, as some of you know. So it's as for the Big Brother frequency. Well, you'll be surprised how many when you see society not ready to go anywhere or not looking, or so then a suppression shows up and just keeps them there forever. So instead of just keeping society suppressed for 10 years, you can keep it suppressed for 100 or 1,000 years. And of course, that's why many of you are incarnating here to poke a hole in that suppression. And it's making some headway, but it's just there are alien groups here that this are spiritual, demonic, even the lower dimensions. The lower dimensions, obviously they feed off of humanity's energy. But once again, their realm can only last so long. The higher dimensions can only last so long. So every realm has some kind of reset of some sort. Even the lower dimensions, that has to eventually clear itself out. It'll go somewhere else. I believe it's not ready to leave this world just yet because it's still the lower dimensions are still trying to figure itself out. I know it sounds a little strange there. They might be arrogant and think they know everything, but they don't. They know they have like a higher knowledge, basically, a weaponized knowledge, you can say. But they don't really know a lot about themselves. The higher dimensions know about themselves, but they're naive. They're arrogant. So you have lower dimensions arrogant, you have a higher dimensions arrogant. Not all over that way, but there's a lot of them are like that. So Yes, how can you come together? Well, more of like a partnership instead of fighting each other. Let's put it that way. Yeah, because they're never going to really agree upon each other, but at least come to an understanding. It's not quite there yet. So that's why I have the angelic wars between light and dark, or however you want to call it. It's still a light and dark to start, because the lower realms just wants to blow everybody up, and the higher realms wants to kiss and love everyone, but also wants you to be lazy and kind of like ice cream, just sort of not doing anything. So the idea is to come kind of in the middle where you're getting dark, you're getting light, you're getting a mixture of both. We have an equal balance, not perfect, but decent enough, where you're open minded, you can see lower dimensional beings, higher dimensional beings, and not go insane. It's one of the things that you're working for. Well, that's what one of the themes you're working towards here on this planet.